Real, true success is vastly different than what people believe it is. I wish I could have had a camera as I built my businesses and built my life the last 12 or 13 years that I've been sharing with people online, and even before that, and everything that I did in my pursuit of hitting the highest levels in my athletic career. People have no idea. This whole AI, Instagram, right, reels, 10 seconds of fame has people messed up. That's not reality. How many people have to be exposed for you guys to finally wise up about true success, real hard work, and the grit and dedication and time and effort and blood and sweat and tears and everything else it takes to create anything? This is how you know that what I've been talking about and what I've been teaching for the last 12, 13, 14 years online is based in reality, because I've always promoted to people dedication to the fundamentals and hard, honest work. It's not pretty. And I remember reading about all the greats going bankrupt and having their ups and downs and their biggest business and life successes, and also the biggest failures and catastrophic disasters. I had everything stripped away from me 4 or 5 years ago. We're in the rebuilding process. I basically had to start from zero. All my social media again, my team, my real estate team got fractured in half. And I have a lot of things in place still. But a lot of that work, over a decade of very hard, consistent work, taken away from me overnight. So I can relate, because although I didn't go bankrupt and lose everything like some of the people that I read about, I had to start over and I lost a lot. And I can't say, oh, well, I made all these mistakes. Of course, I can be better, but it was stripped away from me. But what a beautiful opportunity now to demonstrate to the world what I'm about as I rebuild it, but also teach people a lesson. I remember when I was a brand new entrepreneur and salesperson, dude, I literally put in 12, 13, 14-hour days, 6, 7 days a week. I lived every single day to make phone calls, go door to door, visit business. Like all I did, like 5, 6, 7 hours a day was prospect, lead generate, in person, right, on the phone, like Wolf of Wall Street style, on the phones, at the doors. That's all I did. And studied and read and went to the gym and woke up early and went to sleep early. No partying, none of that. Just absolute grit, dedication, focus. Almost like a samurai or a warrior back in the day who dedicated their life to their craft. That's what I did. That's not pretty. That's not sexy. That's not going to give me Instagram reel moments. That's going to bore people to death. What do they want to see? The result. Like when I had my Lamborghini for 3 years, or my Porsche, or the Supra and all the other cars, and the big house with the gate and the mansions. Like that's what they want to click on and watch. But they don't want to see all the work and dedication it took to get there. People now will compliment me. Oh man, I remember the live cold calls and the selling stuff that you do, and the training is so good. But were you there during the come up and the studying and all of the stuff that I did to acquire the knowledge to really make sure that I go out there and execute it and ingrain it in every fiber of my being to become a better salesperson, practitioner in communication, a better teacher for people, a better leader in my businesses and in my real estate team? Because that's a lot. People want that title and position, but they don't understand how ugly it is, really. How many of you have ever done anything like that? Started your own business, right? Maybe you got into sales. It's not pretty, is it? It's amazing to get the result and get a sale and close the deal or whatever it is, but think about all the work and everything that you did to get there. And that's something you have to do every single day, over and over. That's not pretty. That's not glamorous. Now, in the end, myself and a lot of other people will tell you, yes, it is 100% worth it. Absolutely, it's worth it. All that work and dedication, 100% it's worth it. I'll say it again, it is worth it. But in that moment, in those days, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, and you're going to have a lot of low moments, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to work out in the Disney fairy tale way that they sell you. You're going to have to commit to basic principles, crawl through the mud, get dirty, scrape your elbows, bleed a little bit, wash it off, put a Band-Aid on, and get back out there every single day. You're going to follow the blueprint 100%, and you're not going to get the result that day or the next day or for a week or 2 weeks or a month or a couple months. But eventually it's going to work. Can you make it through that uncertainty and pain period, though? Can you? Can you dedicate yourself to something for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, knowing the potential of it in that time? Can you? Because that's who the greatest riches, and I don't mean money, the greatest riches and successes are for those people. But it's not pretty. Look at Michael Phelps and all the other Olympic athletes, Usain Bolt, right? Some of the ones that come to my mind. How they said, man, training was brutal. 4 years of training for one moment, one race that's 10 seconds, 30 seconds, however long their races are. I know the 100-meter dash is less than 10 seconds. Is it worth it for that moment of glory for them? Absolutely. But you weren't there for the 4 years that they trained tirelessly every single day, dedicating themselves to proper diet, sleeping routine, rest, recovery, working out. It's brutal, man. Are you willing to do that for that moment? Because that's really what this comes down to. I was willing to read all these books that you see behind me and all that, and get out there and knock on well over 100,000 doors and make hundreds of thousands of cold calls for this moment, to teach, to have the success, to make the sales, to make the money, to have the freedom, to have the intelligence, to develop the communication skills, getting rejected, doing all the speeches that I did, to eventually getting to the point where I got paid to speak. But people aren't there when I'm sitting here reading the books, or waking up early, going to sleep early, doing the training, taking the time to keep filming these videos, doing the trainings for my coaching program 3 times a week, doing my bi-weekly training sessions with my team that keeps growing, the constant recruitment. I'm on the ball 24/7, 365 basically. Now I love it, but it's not pretty. No one's going to look at what I'm doing and be like, wow, that's so glamorous. You can edit it and make it into a reel and make it look cool. I mean, they're about to release. I just got the edit, right, that I have to approve for that show, right? They made like a 20-something minute episode about me for that show that I've been talking to people about, right? That's coming out on streaming platforms. People want that moment. I was ready for that moment too. Forget all the work and all the accomplishments to get that opportunity. I'm talking about the fact that I could go there without any prep, and they allotted, I think, 4 hours for me to film. I was done within an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes. Because I was just boom, 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 boom. But all the training, all the focus, all the development was to show up in a place like that and have that opportunity. And just deliver and kill it and crush it. So I can't wait to share that episode with everybody. I know I'm going to have intellectual rights to it, so I believe once it's released officially, I can chop it up, post it, do whatever I want with it, right? I'll probably take the full thing and post it on my YouTube channel here. I think it's like a 20 or 25 minute episode. I can't remember. But to get to that point, you would have seen rejection, me going out, being stupid, being put on the spot, getting rejected when I make cold calls, when I go door to door. You would see all of that. But see, people weren't there for that. They're just here for the result. So if you're watching this and you're wanting to start a new business or do this or do that, are you willing to do what it takes in those areas to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish? Because if you don't, forget it. It's not pretty. It's not going to feel good in the beginning. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be scared. You're going to go through all the emotional states that people don't want to go through. But it's a necessary ingredient for this thing. That's the crazy part about it. And I think more than ever, we need to get back to these simple messages and concepts. And I'm thinking about rewinding everything and just doing basic stuff again on my YouTube like I did 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years ago. Like super, super basic. Because I think now more than ever, people need it. They're so inundated with ads and AI and all this garbage that they've forgotten the very core principles that got me and many people to where we're at, and that will do the same for you. Because those principles work for everybody if they're willing to respect them and use them. It's that simple. So stop thinking that success and all this stuff is going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to work on your timeline. It's literally going to be this giant monster that's ugly and not cool. But somewhere in the end, it's cool and it feels good, and you have this tremendous sense of accomplishment, and then you acquire whatever it is that you want. That's the beauty in it. But that's at the end. You got to go through that journey and that path to get there. But it's not pretty, my friends. It's not pretty. All the drama, right? All the disappointment, like all the stuff that you guys go through, lack of motivation, I did too. And I still have moments, for sure. But it's worth it. I'd rather go through that than do anything else personally, because that's a decision I made a long time ago. And this was life by choice. I chose to do this stuff. But I understood, and I always wanted to be as raw, real, and honest with people because, again, it's not glamorous, it's not pretty, and I'm kind of anti that culture of making everything look glamorous and this and that because it's not. We just have to accept reality, right? Life is not a Disney fairy tale. Okay? We'll see you on the next one. Peace.